Still exhausted because I got back from the Tinley Park Regional, which is close to Chicago, at around 3:30 last night. Got back to Grand Rapids around 2, but then since I had to drive everyone home, I didn't get to sleep till almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I skipped my 8 a.m. So I played Ghost Trick Spirits with JhostJunkFrogs. It was really fun, but the regional wasn't that fun overall because people were being really terrible about trades, like valuing Labradite Dragons at 8 and valuing my Soul Charge at like 6. So it was very hard to trade someone when they're like their Labradite Dragon was worth more than my Soul Charge. I was like, I don't know how to make this a fair trade to you. So, anything notable happened? The night before was terrible because I don't know. It was just a weird trip. One of my friends ended up top 8ing, so that was cool. It's nice to have a car full of top 8 people, or mostly top 8 people in the car. Anyway, one round I drew. The bad part about Ghost Trick Spirits is sometimes you can really brick. Like, I think an opening hand of mine was 3 Spectre and 2 Ronin Totem. And Joe pointed out that I could have played it out a different way, but then I didn't because I tried to make a gotcha play, which I ended up making, where I could have made a dual hand. It was just, there was no good option. So, anyway, the only thing I'm really mad about, not so much anymore because, this was like relatively early round, so I probably wouldn't have top 8 anyway. But I was playing it against Infernities, and he opened really well because I don't know. It boggles my mind how Infernity opens that well every time. Like I don't understand. But he opened pretty well, including some Soul Charge and some other stuff. Soul Charge, Archfiend. It was Infernity Knight, set 4, Send Street Patrol, Special Summon Archfiend from your hand. That's pretty good. Like, that's not, obviously... No, that is really good, because then you make a Lava Chain, detach Archfiend, I guess. Send Street Patrol. Banish Street Patrol to Special Summon Necromancer to bring back Archfiend to get another card, and then... I don't know, it's really good. But, long story short... it is a long story, but I'll try to tell it concisely. He key beetled a set card, which I knew was an emptiness. I just read it as an emptiness, and obviously. And then during my turn, when I tried to special summon, he played emptiness, and I was like, that sucks. So Frog's really hard. It's like Dark Hole is a good option outside of emptiness. That's really the best one I had. I wish I had an Econ in hand, so that would have been nice as well. But and some other stuff. And so I couldn't special summon. Since frogs have giant defenses, it is kind of nice. So even with his Lava Wall Chains and his Leviers, it was actually hard for it was hard to get over outside of like Diamond Direwolf and I guess his Key Beetle, which was already on the field. It was really hard for him to get over it. And so for the next couple turns, I set dupe frogs and I wasn't dying or anything just because I was getting thinning my deck and stuff like this. And I didn't notice, but he actually had moved the Veni's Emptiness over the Key Beetle and kind of moved it under because it was like denoting that this was part of it. And so I didn't see the emptiness. And so for 2 turns, he special summoned. And then when I tried to special summon, I was like, okay, comeback time, because I kind of forgot about the emptiness because it wasn't visible on the playing field. He's like, oh, wait, no, Vanity's Emptiness is under this. And I was like, crap, I forgot about that. And then I thought to myself, wait, how have you been special summoning for 2 turns? And he didn't really have a good answer for that, and so I just called the judge over because I don't know what to like. How do you repair the game state since we both searched our deck multiple times since it was like 2 turns? And the judge just said, "Oh, well, that sucks, but you have to keep playing." And I was a little flustered because my opponent feigned. It definitely seemed like he feigned ignorance, and I don't want to. I hate labeling people blatantly when I don't know. There's been plenty of times where I've accidentally cheated too, stuff like this, where I don't know a ruling, or I forget about something, or something like that. But I was like, okay, I don't know. It seemed like a really sketchy thing, and so I just dropped after that. I still could have topped, but if I won, I could have topped. But since I lost, I couldn't have got top 8 anymore. I was just like, I'm done. I just give up the tournament. I didn't care. I've already got my hand like 19 times, so I don't really care about qualifying for nationals again. Anyway, enough pity party. This deck's actually really fun. Things that suck: Veni's Emptiness, and this wasn't played to me, but Fossil Dyna, those are really bad cards against me. I mean, nothing's really a terrible matchup except kind of yourself, because it really sucks to draw like 3 Spectres and 2 Ronin Totems. But I won't really talk about the tournament because it's kind of a subject, but it's like not very fun. I'll show you the deck list. Hope you can see this. This is a mat I drew for Cordero, well, painted. I don't like painting on mats because I didn't realize that the mats don't absorb paint very well. So if you can see it, it's a Cresselia and a Caesar fighting in space over Earth, and there's a Piplup as a referee saying round 1. Yeah, anyway. Okay, let's start with the deck, the interesting part. 3 Jiangshi. I am playing Ghost Trick Spirits, or Ghost Trick Frog Junk Synchrons. This is really fun because you can do multiple things. I'll describe. You know the Ghost Trick engine. Like, there's no point in talking about what it does. You know, take damage to special summon your Gear Armor and then draw a card when Ghost Tricks die. So these aren't interesting cards at all, except when you open 3 of them in Ronin Totems. I'll move these off to the side for a second because there's some really cool combos you can do. Then obviously 3 Swap Frog. Let's do the Frog engine. 3 dupes because you have to. 2 Ronin Totems. I don't like 3. I don't know if people play 3, but I don't like it. 1 Treeborn, 1 Poison. I hate drawing this card. It's terrible to draw. Like, I don't think I'm gonna play this. I'm not playing that anymore. And then the Lancers. So, and let's start talking about cool things now, because... Oh, wait, no, let me go through the rest of the deck list. Sorry. Then we got 3 Junk Synchrons. I'll explain those later. Then you got 3 Mega Mobius. This card is very good, except when you... Actually, no, this card is very good. There's nothing else I can say about that. 2 Max C. Thought there's going to be... With Soul Charge and stuff, there's going to be more special summoning. I never drew it, except in matches I didn't need it. Like, I played Fire Fist round 1 and opened with one of these, and opened with it, and then I drew into it, like, turn 8 or something. I was like... I mean, it's fine because I did something with a Wolf Bark, but against Mermails, I didn't draw into a Max C once, which was very frustrating. Got Tidal, Dark Dust, Gores, good cards. Oh, let's move off my Precious Playmat. 3 Econs. This card is beautiful. I can't see. Hopefully, there's not too much glare. I apologize. You got some MSTs, really good. A lot of Darks. I thought Lure worked really well in here, and then Dark Hole. Now let's get into some interesting stuff. So. Why I like Junk Synchron so much is because you can... Oh, wow, extra deck. That's the cool thing. 2 Herald, 2 Gachi, because space is pretty tight. 2 Dolahan, 2 Slacker. I don't know why I put this in here. 1 Digestal Phoenix, 1 Alucard. This is a card I'm going to talk about. Downard, because I don't know if I like this in here, actually. It kind of seems useless. It just occupies space. And then for the Synchros, we actually have the Scrap Dragon, an Armades, a Beals, a Leo, and a Black Rose. This is like my favorite part of the deck. With Junk Synchron, it's, I mean, I don't know how else to just be boring about it and just say, oh, this is really good. But start talking about some combos with this deck. Man, I'm never painting on a mat again. This is a bad idea. Okay. So cool things that you can do. Let's prepare. Okay, so one thing I really like doing is like pitching a Mary when I take damage, obviously. Like this is, let's say we have absolutely no cards in hand, and you pitch a Mary to set Jiangshi. Then you draw, let's say you draw into a Junk Synchron. You'll obviously just hope for the Jiangshi, probably get a Mary, and you can start doing some really cool things depending on what's in your graveyard right now. Let's see. One you can do is you can Junk Synchron back into a Swap Frog. Swap Frog's effect will be negated. You can do a variety of things here. You can sink all 3 into like Scrap Dragon or Beals at this point. If you happen to have a Treeborn that you brought back. I actually didn't play Miststorm. I was thinking about it. Like I say, you don't have a Swap Frog. If you have a Treeborn in graveyard, you can bring back the Mary, and then I'm so unprepared. You know, you're naturally reviving Treeborn Frog, and that's also a Beals that way. Or if you don't have that, you can make a Black Rose or things like that. What I like most is with Swap Frog, because you can bring back a Swap Frog. Like at this point, you had you'll have a Mary in hand. You can actually use Swap Frog's effect because it's a cost to bounce this to your hand. Oh my god, there's so much glare. I gotta restart this video. Anyway, you can actually use Swap Frog's effect to bounce Swap Frog back to your hand as a cost. I guess you don't gain the additional normal summon. Sure. But then from here, you can make, obviously you could set this face down. and have a dead junk synchron. But I wouldn't recommend that. Why I like this so much is then you can go into Alucard, clear the way for back rows, and start blowing up stuff. And then when this dies to everything's at bottomless, you get a Mary back or whatever. So it's just, I don't know. It's really fun to do nifty things like that. You could put Star Eater and Mistworm, thanks to Mega Mobius, were actually possible contenders, but I decided not to play those. What are some other cool tech ideas? I don't know if they're really tech. Why am I so disorganized? Oh, Tidal. Thanks to Tidal and Gores, and obviously Junk Synchron, Leo is really easy to make. Like, say you drop Gores, you get a token. You can bring this back. If you bring back a Swap Frog, you can return to cost. If you bring a Poison, you'll be able to draw a card. If you bring back a Dupe, when its on-field effect is negated, when it dies, you still get its effect. And then you can sync with like the token and Junk Synchron to make a Leo, or if they kill the token, like Gores. Like I think Junk Synchron adds a lot of fun to the deck. So you don't have as many standard plays. Sometimes frogs can be pretty linear. It's like, oh, if you don't open Swap Frog, you're gonna die. So that's why I added the Ghost Tricks in. But questions about the deck? Feel free to message me or comment on the video for anything about questions. What I'm going to change about the deck is I'm actually taking out the Ghost Trick stuff because I think that there are better ways to do things in the deck. I think Ghost Tricks was supposed to be there when I didn't draw Swap Frog, but unfortunately that put in, while Jiangshi and Mary are good cards to draw, Jiangshi and Swap Frog aren't necessarily the best to draw together, and then Spectre adds even more dead cards in hand. So there's many cards I didn't want to open with, were like Poison Draw Frog, Tidal, Poison Draw Frog, Tidal, 2 Ronin Totems, like 3 Spectres. Honestly, I didn't want to open with a Jiangshi. That's like 10. That's a quarter of my deck that I didn't want to open with. Treeborn Frog, that's 11. So there were just end up being a lot of things that were inherently dead earlier on, and I felt if I did play it out, I don't think I wouldn't have got top 8. I don't think so. I don't think this deck is that good, but I think I'd take out the Ghost Trick stuff. Not sure what I want to add in, but Soul Charge is actually really good in this deck. I didn't realize that until someone pointed out a really cool combo. Like if you open a Swap Frog, or okay, there's lots of things you can do later game, but like opening like a Frog and Swap Frog, just pitch the frog. It's not obviously a frog for swap. Send a swap, then return to hand. Normal summon a swap, sending another swap, and then play Soul Charge to return 2 freaking Swap Frogs from your graveyard, get both of their effects, and then return both of them to your hand. So for the cost of a Soul Charge and a Treeborn Frog in hand, now you have a loaded graveyard and 3 Swap Frogs in hand. That's really good. A Soul Charge is also good against. It's basically good against with Lancer and Leo. Like I wouldn't randomly be like, oh, I'm gonna bring back my Gores now, or it's like let's bring back Jiangshi, which I'm not gonna play anymore. But I think that it actually is going to serve a pretty good purpose. I may play 2 or 3. Don't know. I think I have a playset. I think I have a playset. But I want Curry Bandits. I want Curry Bandits. May end up putting Tour Guide in here. I don't know. There's a lot of cool things that that I would like to do with the deck, but I think the Ghost Tricks are coming out. But thanks for watching the video, and sorry if I complained too much in the beginning. I thought I had a little